My face-to-face encounter with God. A true story by Brad Dahmer. The universe said, "Let me show your soul something beautiful." A quote by Aberjohnny.
My contact with God happened when I was 26 years old while attending college. It was a stunning event that transformed my core personality and perspective on life. This unexpected encounter replaced my chaotic and confusing world with one of wonder and purpose. Visiting the creator of all things revealed the inner workings of the universe and answered questions I was so desperately seeking. I want to share this experience with you because it was such an eye-opening revelation for me that I believe everyone can benefit from it. This is the first in a 3-part video series of my incredible experience with God. It begins with what led up to the encounter, the event as it actually took place, and ends with the repercussions shortly thereafter. The second video is a more in-depth explanation of my extra-dimensional time with God and how it changed my perspective of reality. The last video discusses what I believe is the true purpose of life.
My obsession. I used to go away for weeks in a state of confusion. A quote by Albert Einstein.
It is important for you to understand what was going on with me prior to this encounter with God. It wasn't like we bumped into each other on my way to class. Nope, I was in an extremely weird mental state. This is what set the stage for my metamorphosis from what I used to be to who I am today. What caused my encounter with God was an extreme obsession with finding the purpose of life. Something didn't feel right about the world I found myself in. Like a siren's call beckoning me. A deep struggle was going on in the recesses of my subconscious. One that had surfaced repeatedly, causing me great consternation. Searching for answers was like a seed planted in my brain that grew over time. What is this all about? Why am I here? Was there any real meaningful purpose to life? Is this all there is? I began searching for answers. Absent an established connection with a place of worship, I hungrily dived into Christian, Hindu, and Buddhist texts. However, none of them relieved the thorn stuck in my brain for answers about fundamental existence. They seemed vague, incomplete, and unsatisfying. These questions about life consumed me. They exhausted me. There were periods of interruption followed by another wave of mental torment. These bouts of severe self-reflection were a curse I couldn't escape. It's as if my brain was a big muscle with a terrible cramp. Over time, these intense mental episodes grew from hours to days. The last wave of anguish lasted 4 weeks and was so intense I lost the desire for food. I needed answers. From whom? I did not know.
Hello, God. I am the beginning, the middle, and end. A quote by Lord Krishna.
The surprise encounter with God happens the day I realize this starvation cannot go on any longer. Stopping my bicycle on the way home from college, I pull off the trail exhausted. My bony fingers unstrapping the helmet as I sit in the dirt. I have nothing more to give. I am spent. Completely drained. Walking home, a feeling of defeat engulfs me. I am no closer to any type of understanding about life's purpose. Going without food for so many weeks is slowly destroying my body. This is getting me nowhere. That night, I force myself to eat before going to bed. Laying my head on the pillow has a feeling of finality about it. I feel fragile, like an egg with all the insides sucked out. What went on for so long is over. I lost. I have nothing to show for this long period of suffering. Nothing to take away. If there is a silver lining or lessons learned, it escapes me. But what was I expecting? Isn't it foolish to think anything constructive is going to come of this? Adjusting the pillow, my breath slows down. Tension, like black smoke, exits my body. Consciousness, slipping away. I enter a void. Nothing exists. No me. No dreams. No blackness. No nothingness. A presence. Something there. A doorless door. A blinding flash of light splits open the void. My consciousness, my soul is free. Like a bird exploding from a cage. Spreading its wings, soaring higher and higher. I've awakened from a dream. The dream of limitations. A life of constraints. I'm now boundless. This is my true self. I expand into the infinite. Suddenly, there it is. Some call it the One, Elohim, Jehovah, Allah, Bhagavan. Some call it God. It is a conscious being. It is neither male nor female. It has no face or body. It gazes at me with admiration.
You are home now.
There is a profound absence of fear and anxiety.
All past transgressions, all your actions, all your thoughts, driven by a self-serving ego, forgiven.
I feel relief as if a weight has been removed. Cleansed. This forgiveness turns into compassion. God embraces me as a parent comforts a child. God understands my pain and hardship, the struggle to survive, and empathy driven by shared injury.
I love you.
Compassion turns into love. But a love unlike anything I've ever experienced. It is like standing on the surface of the sun. It vaporizes everything. This love energy is all around. It surges through me like electricity, radiating out in all directions. I'm overwhelmed with feelings of ecstasy.
Behold, I'm creating all this for you.
I'm suddenly aware of the universe around me. The universe is the conjunction of God's love energy and its consciousness. This collision crystallizes into what looks like a brilliantly colored diamond with God in the center. It is beautiful. It is the outline, the blueprint, of all things brought into being. There is also something else. A flow like a gentle midsummer breeze. God's willpower is pushing the universe forward, ever towards goodness. As I behold the splendor of this ever-renewed universe, something begins pulling at me. The infinite feeling starts to collapse. As I fall back to earth, feelings of bliss and joy sweep through me.
Back home. Self-transformation is not just about changing yourself. It means shifting yourself to a completely new dimension of experience and perception. A quote by Jaji Vasudev.
I wake up. I'm in shock. I can't think. I can't talk. There is nothing wrong with me mentally or physically. But thoughts and words are meaningless. Returning from an infinite dimension of space and time. A love so powerful it ignites the universe. A conscious, omnipotent being. Nothing can describe my feelings. Words confine me like being in a box. Words are just meaningless grunts coming from my mouth. I don't want to talk about it. Talking would only cheapen it, kill it. The very core of my being has changed. Like X-rays penetrating through skin, flesh, and bone. As if every cell's DNA has been fundamentally restructured. The next night, I heard something fly low over the house. It sounded something like a swishing mechanical vibration. It is just barely louder than a whisper. The following day, witnesses report of a brightly lit object passing over the area that night. One eyewitness said the object flew directly overhead and was approximately 40 feet wide. For many months afterwards, I radiated joy all around me. I developed a deep, hearty, infectious laugh. People felt this joy through my behavior and were attracted to it. I also met my future wife during this time. I went from a confused, lonely person to a beacon of divine radiance. I hope you enjoyed this video. Computer-generated voices were used to narrate my story. It just sounded better than my own, and frankly, it is about the message, not the messenger. Thank you for watching.